Greetings and salutations. I cannot stress this enough. No one asked for this video. So it's day 2 of video every day in self-isolation. I've already run out of ideas. So I'm doing something that I've wanted to do for a while, but I know that no one wants to see, but like I want to do. So I'm saying fuck it and doing it. This is a tour of my plushes. I'm going to be introducing you to all of the plushes that I have in my bedroom. Not all of the ones I own because I have some upstairs in my attic, but these are the ones that I keep in my bedroom at all times because they are uber important and you deserve to meet them. So I'm going to introduce them to you today. We're going to start with the 3 that actually like stay on my bed because they are clearly the most important to me. They're the ones who, like, you know, I actually cuddle in bed every night because I'm 18 years old and I do that. You've met him before, but Stitch, my little baby. This is the official Disney store Stitch. He just is the cuddliest plush I own, and Stitch is my favorite Disney character, and I've grown very quickly very attached to him. Next we have Gwen, who is a Build-A-Bear that I made on my 18th. For my birthday, my mum took me and 2 of my friends to Build-A-Bear and let us all build bears because we're legal adults and that's what we wanted to do. At the time, it was a couple weeks before I was cosplaying Gwen for the first time ever at a con, and so there was a little Spider-Gwen outfit, and I was like, well, obviously I have to put her in the Spider-Gwen outfit, and then I was rushed to choose a name, so I just called her Gwen, which is kind of very unoriginal, but I don't care. I love she smells so nice. She has a scent in her. Can't remember what it is. I think it's like strawberries and cream, but she smells so good. Next we have Bambi. So Bambi is one of my like oldest plushes. I got him when I was maybe 4 or 5, and he's just been like my go-to comfort plush forever. He's always been like my favorite. He's still kind of my go-to when I'm sad because he reminds me of like my childhood and innocence and happy times. There are photos of me like as like a 4 or 5-year-old like in bed asleep holding him. Like, Bambi's very special to me. I'm such a loser. Next we have my other Stitch. This is not an official Disney store plush, but I'm a slut for Stitch plushes, so I'm gonna get like any ones I can. He was also only $30, which is cheap for a plush this size. I have a matching angel. They're a set, which is fun because I love them both. So we're a little party. We just chill like this all the time. Next we have R2, who is a newer plush. My mum won him for me in a claw machine on New Year's Eve when we went to see Knives Out. It was the most miraculous feeling of like seeing her win him, because I had been talking to her about how I wanted an R2-D2 plush really badly, and then we saw ones in a claw machine and we're like, we'll just give it a go, and then she fucking won him. And like next we have Goose from Captain Marvel, who has this feature, a whole flerken. When I bought this, the like cashier person was making fun of me, but I don't care. Look at this, look at this. Good shit. We have our first little Spidey. This is one of just the little 8-inch like Funko hero plushes that I love because they're just nice and small and they're easy to like kind of wrap up and cuddle. I believe he was meant to be a Christmas present last year. My mum bought him for me as a Christmas present, but then I ended up being really sad one day and she just gave him to me because she was like, here's Spider-Man so you can hug Spider-Man and feel better. And I was like, you get me. He's Toothless. So I've wanted a Toothless plush for years. In like January, I think, I just saw this guy like on sale in Big W and I was like, we're fucking buying ya. We're fucking buying ya. Because basically, essentially, as a kid, I had a problem where like anywhere I would like go on holiday and like touristy places, the only thing I would want to buy would be a plush. And my parents like had to ban me from buying them because I had too many. And then when I turned 18 and I realized I could do whatever I wanted with my own money, my response was get all the plushes. Next we have Nala, who is from when I was very young, and you can hear because she rattles. She's also covered in marks and is very floopy because she's an old gal. But The Lion King has always been one of my favorite Disney movies, so yeah. Next we have another one that was won for me in a claw machine. This one Taylor won in the most incredible moment I've ever seen, in which in one go with one coin she won 2 of these from a claw machine. It was insane. It was honestly birds of prey. I've never seen anything that miraculous in my life, but have nice big Olaf to, you know, give warm hugs to. We also have this tiny little Olaf which was given to me by my sister one time when I was going through a really hard time. My sister went out So I think she was getting a book or something, and she came home and was like, hey, I have a little surprise for you to make you feel better, and gave me this little guy. And look how cute he is. Look at his big Disney eyes. We have reached our next Spider-Man. This is Iron Spider. You guys have seen him before. I got him at Supernova 2019 Adelaide because I didn't have this guy yet. You know, Spider-Man plushes are my weakness and my favorite thing in the world because I love Spider-Man more than anything in the world. Next up we have, I don't think this guy has a name. This was one I got when I was a child, I think at a theme park. I cannot remember it, but you know, I wanted to be a paleontologist when I was a kid. I fucking love dinosaurs. So I found this guy upstairs one time when I was looking at old plushes, and I was like, oh, you have to come down and be a permanent resident in my room because we love and we stand dinosaurs in this house. Next up we have this little guy who is from the Maritime Museum here in Adelaide, because I decided last year on, I think it was like Mother's Day, I really wanted to go for some reason, and my mum was like, okay, we'll go, we can go, I'd like that. So we went and I got this little guy. Then we have this little guy who's one of the like beanie tied boos, whatever, I don't know what they're called. It was a gift from my sister. She just brought him home one time. She'd bought herself one. She was like, I got you this little guy as well. He's just really cute. This is my last Spider-Man plush and the first Spider-Man plush I ever got, and my favourite, because fun fact, the homemade suit from Homecoming is my favourite MCU suit. We have a little one of him in his Homecoming suit. Spider-Man does help me during hard times of my life. You have seen him before, but this is Scorpius. He's from The Cursed Child. He's a recent boy. I realised when I got to Melbourne and I hadn't taken any plushes with me that I actually kind of missed having them, because especially when I'm in new places and I'm not in my bed and stuff, I get a bit homesick and I get a bit lonely and I feel a bit out of place. So it was nice to get him the first day and have him to cuddle the whole time I was there, and then also to have him to cuddle on the plane back, because I fucking hate planes. Next we have this gal who I got as a child from a zoo in Queensland when I went, and I'm sure she had a different name, but I forgot her name, so I renamed her Taylor in like 2017. So this is Taylor. Now, I don't know if anyone watched Primeval, but I did. It was a BBC show in like the mid-2000s. I was obsessed with it. My favourite character, Abby, had a pet dinosaur called Rex. This is Rex. This is Orson. He's an emu. He's another one of the like beanie thingies that are out right now. But I saw him and I fell in love with him because like, when do you see emu plushes? And like he was amongst all these like cute little dogs and stuff, and I was like, you are so scruffy and precious and adorable and I need to own you. And I fell in love with him, and he's still, look at him, this is Piglet. He doesn't need an intro, you know Piglet. This is Piglet. Then we have this little gal who my mum got for me. They were selling them at the Festival Theatre here in Adelaide one time when I was performing there with choir, and she got this guy for me because she was like, oh, he looks like Hedwig. And so I've gone very back and forth with this guy's name over the years. Sometimes I call her Athena, sometimes I call him Hedwig. Depends on how I'm feeling. I like to think he just transforms between the two characters. This guy, he was my grand's bear. She had two of these. She had this one and another like character. He was in a different outfit, but another, I think it was a firefighter or something, another bear. And they gave, one was given to my sister and one was given to me, and I got this guy. And his name in here is Charlie, like is one of the ones where they have a tag that tells you their name, but I actually renamed him to be Eddie because it was during my like peak Stan phase, and because of his injuries I was like, and his arms in a cast, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna call you Eddie, and so I've always called him Mr. Eddie. And last but certainly not least, we have Pegasus from Hercules. So yeah, no one asked for that, but I had a lot of fun doing it. Comment below what plushes you have, or who your favourites are, or other plushes I should get now that I'm 18 and can spend my money however I want to. Thank you for watching. My socials and my Patreon will be linked in the description. Hope you're doing alright with this whole self-quarantining thing, self-isolation. Hope you're doing okay. If you're not, I'm always here to chat. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Mwah.